Why am I pulling the electrical meter? How do you pull the electrical meter? Today, I got a call from a customer that I installed a mini split for. She said the mini split's not doing anything. It seems like it doesn't have power. And it didn't have power. And we're going to diagnose, and I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot what's wrong. And then after we figure out what's wrong, we're going to pull the meter. Now, you want to make sure you get the approval from your electric company, and you most likely want to have your electric company actually visit the job and for them to pull the meter. That's safer, okay? So this is the electrical box right here below the meter, and this is the main breaker. So the meter has a wire that feeds into this electrical box or this load center or panel, and then the wire from that meter goes to this breaker. And that breaker is attached to the bars, and that's where the bars get the power and they feed the other breakers. And this breaker, you should have 240 volts. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 5/16 and I'm going to take the front off the panel. And then I'm going to take my meter right here and I'm going to go ahead and test the power coming in. So I've got my meter leads here, and I'm going to take these covers off so you can see. Here's the mini split breaker, right? And if you take a close look up here, we got 252 volts. Take a look up here. Make sure you can see that, 252 volts. All right, and that's the power coming in to this breaker box, right? So we should have that power down here, right? But we don't. You see that? 0 volts, right? We should have 250 volts, but we don't. So why? Why don't we have 250 volts? Could this be a bad breaker? If you look at the back, I don't see any corrosion. It's a brand new breaker. So it shouldn't be bad. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn this breaker off. I can't pull it out because we got to take this Phillips screwdriver, this Phillips screw out. So I'm going to get a Phillips screwdriver and we're going to take this breaker out, all right? And that holds, what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. Here, what do you got?
Is it recording?
Oh yeah, you just started. All right, I got the Phillips screwdriver. I loosened the screw right here, okay, because this keeps the breaker in. Now I'm going to take that breaker out. All right. Now, if I flip this breaker here, then that means it's going to make this back here hot, right? All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take my meter. I'm going to set it right here so you can see it. All right. And then I'm going to take my leads, place them right here. See how there's no voltage right there? No voltage. Now watch this. Turn it on. What do we get? What are we getting? We're getting a little bit of voltage. There's the voltage. So we're getting 252 volts now. For a minute we weren't. I'm going to talk a little bit about this breaker and show you the insides. This is where we're reading power coming into our breaker, where these lugs are, where the wires are attached. And then this right here is what is attached to the bus bar. And we didn't have any power right here. We should have 250 volts, and we did not. Now, as I flipped the breaker on and back off, we had power. Look at this. There's stuff coming out of this breaker. So it's definitely bad. I just want to show you the inside, so I'm going to take this apart. And a double pole breaker is just 2 single pole breakers put together. So let's take this apart. First, I'm going to drill out these rivets. I used a 5/16 self-tap screw and drilled these 4 rivets out. Now I'm going to remove this piece that holds these 2 labeled levers or switches together. And now I should be able to take and put my flathead screwdriver in here. Let me get this apart. Now here are the 2 single pole that make up the double pole. You can see this is what runs all the way through those 2 breakers. And then this is a piece that goes in the middle. Now I'm just going to drill out these. That way we can take it all the way apart. Wow, look at this. That's all the ladybugs that fell out of this. And that's what's caused this problem. Now this one, I didn't take it apart, but I guarantee the same thing has happened. But look at that. Ladybugs got inside this breaker and made it a home. And this is the cause of the failure. Look at all the rust and corrosion. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this one apart real quick. And it's very easy. You just take a flathead screwdriver and pop it apart. I'm going to do that right now. All right, I want you to see me pop this breaker apart here. This is the other one. Well, this is the one that makes up. And you can see, look at that, more ladybugs. So, and you can see how rusted this was. So the breaker is definitely the problem in this video. And I wanted to take a moment and pop it apart so that you could actually see it. And see that this is what's caused it to go bad. All right, let's get back to the video. We're gonna put it back on. Put it back on. It's on right now. Let's go down here and let's measure. We're getting 230 now. So we get 250 here, but 230 here. So if we put this breaker back on, all right, let's see what we get. Hear that buzz?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now look at that. Now we're getting voltage. Before we weren't getting voltage, now we're getting voltage. This breaker is bad, okay? And that's a way to test it. We're going to replace this, but we don't want to do it while it's hot. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. You see this tag right here? I'm going to cut this. All right, actually, yeah, I'm going to cut this. This will lock. Now I'm going to loosen this up. This little band here. All right, and once it's loosened up, set it right here. Then we can take and pull our meter straight out. Wait. Oh yeah, gotta remove this. Right? Hope I'm doing this right. Electric company's watching like, Tad, what are you doing? Pull that straight out. All right, so now that that's out, these wires should not be hot, okay? So we're gonna measure the bottom part. See, no voltage. That means no voltage to these wires. All right, but the top part is still hot. All right, if you guys wanna see the mini split I installed for Miss Carolyn, who's being my videographer right now, I'll put a link to that video for the mini split we installed in her Avion travel trailer. She's got a beautiful travel trailer.
Sounds
All right,
good.
So, all right, now that we don't have power, take those wires out. All right, put our new breaker in. All right, loosen these up. Put the wires in. And then we'll put that meter back in. And then the electric company will probably put a new lock on that. I don't recommend pulling a meter like that unless you actually get permission. I love all the people at our local electric company. They work super hard. They're always trying to help. Now, put the breaker back in like this. Oh. I'm gonna reinstall this little safety here. Screwdriver.
On top.
It's right there. Thank you. Got it. I thought you did something with it. I didn't know. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. So now, problem's fixed. We had a bad breaker. Let's put the meter back in. So I don't think I had to take that cover piece off. All right, we're back on. Band in place. I think this was the other way. I don't think it matters, but I like to put things back the way they were. All right, now tighten this up. Like so. Put this meter or this little lock in here. Make it look like it's locked. There you go. Now, this breaker was up here. Turn it on, turn it on. Meter on. Check the power. 252. 252. Problem fixed.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'll show you guys the Avion trailer and the mini split real quick here. This is schedule 80 conduit going along this little carport here. Carolyn's very smart. She has got a nice setup. Here's the mini split we installed. It's Samsung. And then you can see the line hide cover that goes in and up. Look at that. Beautiful.
Love it.
I'll show you guys the inside.
Sure.
And then we'll probably conclude the video. Panels back together. Let's go inside and look at this mini split. There's the other side of the mini split. This is the Avion travel trailer. Our tour guide, Carolyn. And there's the mini split. I love all the plants.
Yeah, they're in for the winter.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the mini split. Let's see if it works.
There's the remote right there.
Remote. That's awesome. Oh, you got it on Celsius.
It did that one.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't mean to.
Okay, got it. So you like Fahrenheit. It is. It's working.
Woohoo!
We got Fahrenheit. We got heat tonight.
That's right.
Samsung. Wind free. Excellent. Country Roads, take me home. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see the link. Glad you got heat tonight, Carolyn.
Thank you, Ted.
Yes, ma'am. Country Roads, take me home. If you guys want to see the full video of the mini split we installed in the Avion travel trailer, link in the description for that video. And I hope you guys are healthy. Hope you're happy. If you got a question, leave it down below. If you learned something, let me know what you learned. If you don't have a question, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're from. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me. I'll keep you warm if you let me. Yes, ma'am.